Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Trading with Sergio. What's happening? How was everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody did well, relaxed, spent some time with family. I had my 22nd wedding anniversary on Friday. What is today? 28th? Yeah, 4/26. So it was a good weekend. Spent some time with family, did some errands, hoarding on toilet paper. No, I'm kidding. Uh, before tariffs kick in, I have to buy all the toilet paper I can. But anyway, so obviously I'll share my screen. I really don't have much to talk about. It seems like the news cycle has quieted down a little bit, and so is market had a nice rally, about 7-8%. I said this before. I think we're in a bear market, multi-leg. We had a 2-leg down move, face ripper rally. If you're familiar with these types of things, we have had a lot of these during bear markets. In fact, in the 2008 GFC crisis, we had, I think, 8 or 9, 10% moves up. So, overall, the market's hanging in there. There is a lot of news coming out this week. So, a lot of Mag 7s, earnings are coming out. 4 actually are coming out. So one came out already. Google blew it out. Disappointing, really. Stock actually is down. And we have, let's see, we have a lot of earnings coming out this week on Mag 7. I think 4 more. Let's take a look. Yeah, we have Meta, we have Microsoft, we have Apple, we have Amazon. So Wednesday is Meta and Microsoft. Thursday is Apple and Amazon. So the 2 M's Wednesday, 2 A's on Thursday. We also have some very important economic stuff coming out tomorrow. Consumer confidence index. Also on Wednesday, finally, US Q1 2025 GDP. It's going to be plus, but we may be already in a recession. We won't know until the next couple of quarters. On Wednesday, again, PCE inflation data, and on Friday, jobs report, April jobs report, and about 25% of all S&P 500 companies are reporting this week. So it's going to be an active week. Market's selling off a little bit. I'm kind of positioned for it, so I don't mind it. Let's talk a little bit about the max of those 4 companies, actually. Sorry. Let's go back. So Meta expected EPS 524 a share, revenue 41.3 billion. Microsoft expected EPS 322, revenue 68.4 billion. On Apple, EPS 161, expected revenue 94 billion. And on Amazon, 137 EPS, expected revenue 155. So I am not sure even if they beat, the market's going to react as positively as it did in the past, let's say in 2024. More than the numbers that they come out with, I think the guidance is going to be important, what the companies say. I mean, there's still certain uncertainty, obviously. So as we all know, what was it? April 2nd was Liberation Day. Then market didn't like that at all, as we know. We tanked. We actually sold off about 20% on the S&P, about 25% on the NASDAQ. And then the day of all days, 90-day delay came to the tariffs, which will put us to July 4th or July 2nd, somewhere around that range, which happens to be Independence Day. So we have Liberation Day and we have Independence Day. The tariff delay for all countries except China was taken obviously very positively, right? Plus, market was oversold. We had a ripper rally that day, and the rally continued for the last 3 days. But we're coming into resistance. I think we're coming into a point that we may roll over a little bit here. So I position myself with some put debit spreads, weekly options. That's why the title, 0 DTs, 1 DTs, and weeklies. So I have some of those spreads. I'll share what I did. I'm also sharing it on the community page of the YouTube channel anyway, so you guys can check it out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So today I'll be posting after the close what I'm doing. What I do is not for everyone, so this is not financial or trading advice. I figure out the risk reward pretty well. What I do with these, especially 0 DTEs, is mostly on the sell side. You know, selling put credit spreads, call credit spreads, iron condors, things like that. Not for everyone, for sure not for everyone. Although they're limited risk, on any news announcement, you can get the max loss in these options, in these put credit spreads or call credit spreads in a blink like this. For example, if you had call credit spreads that you were doing perfect with, the day Trump announced the delay, you would have gotten your face ripped. Within 5 minutes, every one of those put call credit spreads would have been at max loss. So obviously you can roll, but then even if you did roll, you're dead. What is happening though, VIX is pulling back. VIX is down to about 25. The expected daily ranges are shrinking. So volatility is kind of subsiding. Implied volatility is kind of shrinking a little bit. But I still think we're going to be in a VIX range of, for the foreseeable future, between probably 25 and 35. And yeah, you know, volatility is going to stick around, right? The good thing is, it seems like cooler heads are kind of prevailing. The White House is saying quite a bit about, yeah, we're talking to China. China goes, no, we're not even talking. What are you guys talking about? You know, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But look, this is for sure what I decided. Like this week, 4 Mag 7s are coming out with earnings. Google came out last week. Whatever their CEOs say, we all know, right? Tim Cook and Zuckerberg and, you know, whoever they are, or Satya at Microsoft, they're the CEOs of multi-trillion-dollar companies, right? And then they do conference calls after the earnings report. Honestly, what they say is meaningless. There is only one CEO, and you guys know who that is. One CEO is Donald Trump. And I don't recall, honestly, in the history of me being involved in financial markets, one person having this much power. I thought the Federal Reserve chairman would have all that power, and I always thought they would be more powerful than the president. But as you guys know, Federal Reserve chairman, going back to Bernanke and, you know, Powell now, they don't tweet. They don't do anything. They'd have their meetings, they announce what they did, you know, and then they move on once a month. Well, now they have a new White House, which I like, actually. It's quite open. But then if you're positioned incorrectly, you will get your face ripped. I mean, there is no ifs and buts about it, right? One tweet, 5%. Like, you can't react fast enough, right? And to me, the important thing is to keep size small going forward. Try to hit singles as opposed to triples, home runs, and take quick profits. Because you get hit with one of these on the wrong end of the deal, you're toast. Now you have to be right 10 more times just to break even. So, you know, stops, I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan of stops, but I watch it enough that I have the manual or mental stops. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing for traders, obviously. But if you're on the wrong side, you know, like I'm positioned neutral to short at the moment. I'll share the positions in a minute. You know, I have a little bit of profits on all the positions I put on. Those could go to negative like this, right? and there's no time to react. It's happening really, really fast. I'm going to put the link up, share the link with you guys. So if you guys want to come on and show your pretty faces, you're more than welcome to. We can discuss anything you guys want. There we go. All right, let's see who's here. Vic. Hey, Vic, what's up? Vic, good afternoon. Doug, good afternoon. Hey. Absolutely. Okay, so I saw that Crowfac, or is it Crowfac? Yeah, Crowfac. Please email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com. Here's my email. So if you do choose to become a member, I think our member group is growing weekly. I appreciate the support. Here's my email. If you guys join the channel as a member, that's my email. Email me saying you joined the group. I already know, Crowfac, that you did. I will email you back the Telegram chat group that we have for members only. While I'm at it, let me give you guys the schedule for my channel, for this channel anyway. So Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, trading with Sergio. Fridays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Power Hour. Those are the live streams. I do put out a lot of content, a lot of shorts, a lot of videos, things like that. That's separate. But also, the members get 2 extra things. Members get every Wednesday between 3 and 5 p.m. Pacific, they get a live stream where we can discuss things. You know, it's almost like a tutorial session. I explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why. You know, my purpose here is, honestly, members are getting me literally for like a Big Mac a month, which is fine. I'm not doing it for the money, but I need to get something to pay my YouTube manager. What I'm trying to do is pay it forward and trying to give you guys all the tools necessary for you to be successful. And, you know, I mean, so you get those live streams once a week, right? You have direct access to me through those. And you get the Telegram chat group link where I post all my trades live. Basically, whatever I do within 10 seconds, I post it there. None of this is trading or financial advice. You have to do, you know, my account size is different than yours. I can do certain things that you're probably not allowed to do. You may need level 3 approval for a lot of these strategies that I deploy. But you know, members can speak for themselves. You know, these member lives that I do are really, really, really turning out to be amazing learning sessions. You know, sometimes I go really fast, which is my fault. I think everybody knows what I know, but that's not the issue. But I'm learning to adjust and slow down and respond and make sure that they understand what's going on. So members get that, and members get the Telegram chat group. So Crowfac, please email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com, and I will email you back the Telegram chat group link. That's only for the members. So if you're a subscriber, you're not going to get that. Am I right on every trade? No. Would I like to be? Of course, but it's really impossible to do it. So, all right. Hello, everyone. Mr. Premium of Option. I like that name. Luis, good afternoon. Traveler, hello. Yeah, Crowfac, please email me. Email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com. You will learn. Ask the other members. We had a good one like yesterday. Actually, you know, it's just worth the price of admission. I told everyone my Wall Street getting hired stories. It brought back such great memories, man. It was like just like yesterday. I remember all of it. But anyway, and Adele, good morning. Good morning, Vic. Yes. Good morning. Okay. What's in my private email was sent? Okay, thank you, Pablo. So are you Crowfac, Pablo? Is that it? Okay, cool. I will send it to you when I'm done with this live stream. Okay, so without further ado, let's go see what's going on. Hopefully you guys can see this. We had a really great trade on Soxo last week on the bounce. I think pretty much every member made some money. Well, now I'm actually going into a little bit more of 0 DTs, 1 DTs, and so on. So I have, what do we have? We have 200 options of GGLL, which is 2x ETF of Google. I paid 39 cents for it. They're about 30 cents. Earnings were good. I expect them to pop. They didn't do anything. But then the day before the earnings, because of high implied volatility, I was able to sell May 45s on GGLL and take the money in. So I'll reduce the pain there. So SPX, I'm covered up like a pretzel every which way possible. I'll explain it in a minute. But then I'm sure if you've been following me or here or anywhere else, or through the community page, I think interest rates are going to go down. I think economy slowed down. I put the thesis out. I've done videos about that. I've talked quite a bit about that. So I have this TLT trade. TLT is the ETF of the 10-year note. It's inverse ETF. So if TLT is going up, interest rates are going down. If TLT is going down, interest rates are going up. So what do I do on average? I have 25 lots each way. I'm short the March 2026. I went there because TLT doesn't move like Tesla. It moves slow, but once it gets going, it gets going. I think interest rates are going to go down to about 3.5%, and TLT will probably get to 105 to 110 area. So what did I do? I sold March 2026 85 puts. With that money, I turned around and bought March 95 calls on TLT and then sold the March 110 calls. So overall, I took about $2.75 credit. So I'm getting paid to play all the way to March. TLT at the moment is 89.25, right about halfway. The position is up about 3,600 range, but I'm going to hold. I think interest rates are going to go down. So SPX, let me explain. I'm trying to sell a put credit spread with the 0 DTs. I already sold 5. I think I'm going to do probably 5 more at $1 if they get there. But why am I doing that? That's because I'm long May 2nd expiring on Friday vertical put debit spreads. So that kind of is lowering my cost basis anyway by doing the 0 DTEs, the put credit spread. So I know this may be a little complicated for some of you, but you guys have to understand what my thought process is and what I do, why I do it. So, market rallied about 8-10%, 5,600 range, 5,580 range is pretty good resistance on SPX. I only do this with SPX. I don't do it with SPY. There are reasons for that. So I'm thinking we pull back to about 5,300 range, 5,350 range. And that's why I took the position I did for Friday expiration. So I'm long the 5400, 5380 put debit spread for Friday expiration. I'm also long the 5450, 5440 put debit spread for May 2nd for Friday. I'm long the 5450, 5440s. So 5450 is the body, wing of 10 wide. I'm long those about 270, and I'm long the other spreads with 20 wide wings at 425. And at the moment, at the moment, where are we? The whole position, it's up about 1750 range. So why am I doing the put debit spread? I mean, put credit spread for today? Well, the put credit spreads I did was the 5420, 5400s. The reason for that is if nothing happens, if we get to 5420, my long vertical spreads are going to print handsomely. They'll double probably, at least. If that doesn't happen, then I'm taking in credits. They will expire worthless today, and then I'll lower my costs on the existing verticals. So it's almost like a win-win situation. Do I want the market to tank? I really don't care. Will it tank, and will the 5420, 5400 put credit spreads that I did for today's expiration get into trouble? Okay, let them get into trouble, but then I'm long 3x the time that I'm short, so not concerned. Max loss won't even bother me on the put credit spread. Actually, we're only 10:30, probably during the live. I have another order to do some more of the put credit spreads, taking some more money, and I probably will do them again tomorrow. I don't really want to go through the Mag 7 earnings. I think they're going to be good, so if we do grind higher, I want to make sure that, these verticals, so they expire on Friday, so there is time decay, obviously, theta decay, and implied volatility is coming in a little bit, so they're not up as much as I would like them to be up today. But today we still have an hour and a half. There's a lifetime that can happen between now and the close. Those are the only positions I have. I traded on the leg up. We traded Soxel, Robin, which is the 2x ETF of Hood. I don't know. I bought a whole bunch of stuff in my long-term investment account. Getting back into Kava, Unity Software, Soxel, Robin. I liquidated. SoFi, I got lucky. I paid high 8s for some shares. I'll probably liquidate those today as well. Robin, I sold with that literally 100% profit. I mean, look, these things are not supposed to move that way. Bought some Nike shares about 52, 53. I bought some Kava shares about 82. Sold some cash secure puts in the long-term investment account. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you don't mix business with pleasure. So the way I look at it is business is the long-term capital growth account, investment account. Short term, although my account is not small, but it's small compared to some others, I'm pretty sure. Very small, probably. It's a 6-figure account, but I don't want to lose money, obviously. But my point is, don't mix your investment account with your trading account. Have 2 separate accounts. That's the best way to go. Just not only just for accounting purposes, obviously, but in the trading account, I swing trade. I rarely day trade. When I do day trade, it's not directional. It's definitely premium taking in, like today, for example. So yeah, that's what we're doing. TLT trade, I'm going to hold. I don't think I'm going to add. So I don't put more than 10 to 12% in each position. Well, at the moment, the TLT trade, I'm about over 20%. I may go to 25% because I'm really, really confident in that trade, and it's working out. So when it's working out, you press. When it's not working out, you don't press. Everything else is game. On pullbacks, I'm a buyer of things. Obviously, I'll get back into Soxel, sell some puts again, or do some synthetics. Same thing with Robin, which is 2x ETF of Hood. Palantir, I'm looking to go short, but earnings are coming out. I don't want to get my face ripped, to be honest with you guys. There's a lot of stocks that, on my watch list, but in this type of market, what you have to learn is you have to learn patience. You have to let them come to you as opposed to you chase things. So, yeah, that's the position screen. I'll post these, whatever I do with it. The 5420, 5400 0 DTEs, I put them on at $1. I'm trying to do more at 1.5. I don't think they're going to get there unless we really get a nasty sell-off going. I'm positive. I'm up a couple $1,000 on the debit spread, so I may take those as well. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just see where we are. Where is SPX now? SPX is at 54.77. Yeah, it's not rallying, which is a good sign. Actually, I would love to put out more put credit spreads on the 0 DTEs today. I put them on at $1. They're down to like 60 cents. I would love to put them on, put another 10 on, and take in some more premium. I don't think we're going to get there. So today's MVC is 55.25. That's the most valuable contract. Expected move for today was 60 points, but for Friday it's about 150 handles on SPX, which is about 3%. But every day that's going to get cut. So when you're doing these vertical put spreads, you really, and these on SPX, these things move fast. I mean, they really, really move like lightning. So I'm looking, if we do get a correction and a correction of this last 10% move up that we had from the lows, it probably will take us to 53.50 range. But then with weekly options, you have time constraints on you, right? You want it to happen as sooner the better. So as far as charts, not much is really going on. Oh, we did make a lower low. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's look at a few charts. Let's look at a few Max 7s. NVIDIA is like underperforming big time today, but this is SPX. We bounced to exactly where we should bounce to, which is the 2050 EMA. I'll take a pullback to 54.20. I'll take a pullback to this gap here, which is 53.20 to 53.50 range, which will be about 50% of this last move that we had. I still don't think the market's out of the woods. A lot of people are thinking that was the bottom. I don't think we are at the bottom yet. Market's a good pricing mechanism. It priced in a slowdown. If the market sniffs we're going to get a recession, it's going to price in some more. But for now, we do have a bottom at 48.35 on SPX. Yeah, I mean, I bought the puts where I wanted to buy the puts, which is right into resistance. Today, we're having a little bit of a reversal day. Okay, so if we have a follow through, those vertical put debit spreads will print. If they don't, they don't. I mean, just another trade. This is TLT that I'm talking about. I put those on with an average of 270. I did some as high as 4 credit. So, let me just go really quickly through it. Why did I do what I did? So this is 101. If we go back on TLT to max meaning max time. So this is where we are on TLT now. You guys follow my cursor. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. So we were as low as about 85. In 2002, TLT's low was about 82. That's when the rates were. 80 is 5% on the 10-year. I don't think we're going to get there, especially with the economy slowing down. Rates need to get going lower. So that's why I did what I did the trade. So I sold the 85 puts, bought the 95 calls, sold the 110 calls. 110 why? 110 is about 3.25% on this. And that's where I think rates are going to go ultimately. And that's why I did the March 2026, because I want to give myself time, plenty of time for this to work itself out. So that's the thesis behind it. And then you structure a trade and you stick with it. And this is the daily chart of TLT. I've been in it for a couple of weeks already now, so we just keep going. Keep adding if I need to add. If we get to 95, will I take profits? Maybe. Depends. If the economic macro picture changes, then this trade will change. But until the macro picture changes, meaning there is no recession, inflation is going back up, rates need to go up, all that kind of stuff, because bond market's going to raise rates automatically. So I don't want to be stuck with it. I'm not married to anything or any trade, but this trade is going to work out, and it's working out at the moment. Let's go through some Max 7s. Apple, big bounce from 170 to 210, right under the 50 EMA, still under 200 EMA. The bounce came. Okay, now what? Do we roll over? Do we go back to 180s? Probably. But we're going to have to do some work here. A lot of people are expecting these V bottoms, right? Boing, boing, like that. Figure this is like a bungee cord. Bungee cord stretches out as much as it can, bounces halfway, and that's what's happening to Apple. This is Google. Disappointing, really. It was amazing earnings. Same thing, under 50 EMA, under 200 EMA. This is Meta. Same thing, under 200 EMA, under 50 EMA. It's like all these Mag 7 look the same except one. And and this is Tesla. I mean, Tesla stopped exactly where it should stop, right into resistance here at 294, right? And then today we're red, pulled back on Tesla, maybe 250. Earnings on Tesla were horrible, but stock goes up. This is what the market does, man. Market's here to make everybody wrong. If you listen to that earnings conference call on Tesla, you would have said the next day it'll be down 10%. No, it was up 10%. That also shows all the bad news may be priced in. See, the market is the best pricing mechanism on the planet. And when you have horrible earnings, stock goes up, that means everything was priced in already. Yeah, I'll be probably a buyer or trading anyway of Tesla about 265 range, maybe somewhere around here on the 20 EMA. Yeah, about 255, 258, 260 range. Let's see, Microsoft, same thing, under 200 EMA. And wrong one. Under 200 EMA, under 50 EMA. Well, right at the 50 EMA. Actually, Microsoft is doing a little bit better than the rest. The one that's NVIDIA, I mean, same thing. They all look the same, right? So they had the wash down, they had the bounce, they had a little bit of a retest. They all are looking the same. And today, NVIDIA is actually dragging the market down about 5 points, down about 4.5%. Because Huawei in China supposedly has a competitor chip to their AI chip. I don't believe any of the news that's coming out. I just trade what's in front of me. The last price is the scoreboard. I'm not going to argue with price. And the one that's the star of Mag 7 is Netflix. Look at that puppy. How do you guys like them apples? I mean, look, technicals are technicals. Some people swear by it. Some people say it's hocus pocus. Some people say it's chopsticks. I do pay attention to it because too many people are paying attention to it. I mean, that thing came down to 200 EMA, tagged it, and that was the end of that. And that was, by the way, that was like not even 2 weeks ago. It was like 825, 1110. How do you guys like them apples? Right? Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, this is Soxel. Down to what, 1154. I will definitely start selling puts. We had a really good trade when it was down to about 8. Sold the 7.5 puts, bought 12.5 calls to nice synthetic. I think we all did 200% plus on that trade within like 3 days, literally. I like doing synthetics because just selling the puts is not enough for me. I need to have a kicker. But when I do synthetics, I make sure I'm doing it with credits. When you do it with a credit and you're willing to get assigned, then you're good to go. Even if you don't get the move they expect to the upside, you still have the put credit that if you do get assigned, you're going to lower the cost basis from your strike anyway. So I like doing those kind of things. Directionals. Hood I like. I traded Robin. I will get back in it again. I think it's one of my favorite companies, actually. But then I'm doing the 2X ETF, which is ROBN. That thing was 6 yesterday. Today actually hit 17. So these things are moving. On Tesla, I don't like trading Tesla as much as I like trading TSLL, which is the 2X ETF of Tesla. All these stocks have 2X ETFs. This is MicroStrategy. Bitcoin, I think, is separating itself from the rest of the group. Everybody would have expected when we had the crash in the market, Bitcoin to sell off to 60,000. It didn't even get near 80,000. And sure enough, on the bounce, we're at 95,000. So I DCA Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin. I hodl Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not to be traded, but then you can trade the surrogates or the proxies, which is MSTR. I don't trade MSTR, but I trade MSTU, which is the 2X ETF of MSTR. On this pullback, 379 low, today's high 780. I mean, these things move. I'm telling you, people, and they're all optionable. So, I mean, you guys see all those labels because I don't know how. I know how to get rid of them, but every time it's just sink or swim, puts them back on. I've traded MSTU forever now. You guys see all those labels, right? And if you guys notice, the red labels are higher than the green labels. That means buying and selling was correctly done. You know, sell puts, get assigned, sell calls, or sell puts, expire worthless. Sell puts, get assigned, let it ride up, make your 15, 20%. You know, it sounds easy. It's not easy, obviously, but if you kind of know what you're doing, I mean, this is pretty easy. What else? I mean, if you guys have any questions, put it on the chat. I'll put you guys on actually in a minute when I get back to the front screen. Few more stocks that I'm looking at. Palantir. I'm looking to short Palantir. I'm looking to short Palantir. I mean, I did it once, made money with it, but that was the last time it was at 125. I don't know. I mean, what a beautiful chart, right? Just kind of scooping it. And that also kind of tagged the 200 EMA, and then that was the end of that on the sell-off. Earnings are coming out, I think, in a few days. Yeah, this is on its own. Is it worth 120, 11, 120, whatever? Absolutely not. But then I'm not the judge of that. I can't figure that thing out. I just trade the price that's in front of me. What else? Let me take a look at my watch lists. So my suggestion is, if you're going to trade NVIDIA, let's say, right? Instead of trading NVIDIA, trade NVDL, which is the 2x ETF, right? You can buy puts, you can buy calls, you can sell puts, you can do all kinds of things. The 2x ETF. If you're going to trade Apple, don't trade Apple. Trade AAPU, which is the 2x ETF of Apple, right? They move faster, more bang for your buck. Premiums are better. Prices are cheaper instead of Google, GGLL, let's say, or things like that, right? So that's the whole point. Amazon. Did we look at Amazon? Amazon, yeah, same. I mean, all the Max 7 look the same, identical, really. So I'm still positive on the Chinese stocks for sure. Alibaba, one of my favorites. Baidu. And if you're not interested in individual names, you can always go to Yin, which is the 2x or 3x ETF. Yeah, 3x ETF of Chinese stock market. I mean, that thing moves. So if you're not interested in that, why am I bullish on China? Why everybody is negative on China? Stimulus, simple as that. Just like us in 2008. This is Kava. I love the company. The growth phase. I bought it 30s, sold it 150s. A year and 6 months later, now we're back to here. Long-term account definitely deserves a spot for that. Nike, definitely all the bad news I think is out, but then I'm not in love with Nike. But then I think at this price, which is coincidentally the price of 9 years ago in Nike, I think it's okay. This is Unity Software, long in my investment account. I don't know. What else? Yeah, SoFi, I think I will take a profit today in my investment account. Yeah, that had a really nice run. I got lucky. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. I wanted to buy like 8s. Then I think I paid $8.78 or something for it. Yeah, definitely. Earnings are coming out on that. I don't want to be involved. I mean, if you give me 50% in something in a week, I'm going to take it. What else? That's about it, really. Let me get to the front. There are some small stocks I'm watching, but not worth it today. The important thing is, what I'm doing with SPX. So I put it on the group chat this morning, right? This was my VWAP at 55.12 when we took that out. There we go, selling off. Yeah, I hope it gets to 54.20 today. Then my vertical put debit spreads will print. 54.68 low, 54.77, solid downtrend. 10-minute, 10-day. That's for today. 10-minute, 10-day. Yeah, I really would like a Pull back to about 54.20 today or tomorrow. That's all we're looking for, to make some money. Yeah, that's where we are. We're, you know, we're good to go. Okay, let me go to the front. Let's see if you guys have any questions or you want to come on. Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon. Nobody wants to come on? Why you don't sell? I don't understand. What? Why you don't sell? I don't know what that means. Hello. Have a good day. All right, good morning. Sold the MST calls. Hopefully it will drop to a decent price to sell puts again, but it may be. See this gentleman right here? Compare him to 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 3 months ago. He had no clue about selling puts, selling calls, doing this. Look where he's at. Good on you, man. Good on you, Mojo. Hopefully it'll drop to decent price. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Just wait and let it come to you, man. Let it come to you. I'll be studying the advanced option strategies like we're level 3s. Okay. Now you're mixing them all up. They're different. Iron condors and iron butterflies are different. So anybody want to come on? No? Somebody tried to come on. Yeah, you need to, Pablo, you need to connect your microphone and your camera before you can come on the stream. Says StreamYard to me. Any other questions? Anything else going on? No questions? Vic, I think, tried to say, why don't you sell 0DTE calls? I sell iron condors. I sell, when we were up to 55.50, which was the early MVC, I sold CCS, which is call credit spreads, and then when we dropped, I sold the PCS 54.20 because I'm long to put debit spreads. Why would I sell call credit spreads? I'll just sell put credit spreads, which works either way for me. Am I adding to? No, I'm not. I'm not adding, but I'm holding what I have. But I want to sell more put credit spreads. That's what I want to do today. That's basically free money for the position that I have. If we rally, they expire worthless, lower my cost. If we tank, my long side will print double, triple. So that's what I want to do. Let's take a look. Let's see where we are. If you have any other questions, please don't be shy. If you guys want to come on, here's the link. Where is the link? Okay, here. I'm going to post it again. Right here. That's the link for you to join the stream. What are we doing? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, those per credit spreads are down to 30 cents, 40 cents. Not worth doing, honestly. Long side is hanging in there. The short side is dying, right? That's the whole idea. 54.78. What's our low? 54.68. We're really not that far from our lows. So maybe I'll just do, let's go up a strike. Maybe I'll just do 54.40, 54.20. Let's see. 54.20, 5400s are 30 cents, 40 cents. Not worth it. Okay, so I had orders to sell at 1.5. Let's cancel that. I used Think or Swim, by the way. I used to hate it, but now I really like it, actually. What do we do? Should we go to 54.40, 54.20? Or no? How about we go to 53, 54.30, 54.10 for 60 cents? How about that? 60 cents for 2 more hours. $300. Free money. Well, there's no free money. If we tank, max loss on those is 10 grand for 5 options. But then I'm long the other side heavily, so I'm not concerned. How about we go 54.30, 54.10 for 50 cents? Can we do them at 50 cents? Is it even worth it? 250 bucks? I don't know. The ones I did at 55, let's see, 54.20, 5400 is 30 cents. I can add to those. $150 more I'm taking. What's the point of that? What if we tank? I mean, I should have done all of it. I didn't do all of it. I like scaling in, scaling out. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. Okay. Where is the long side? Wow, long side got up to... Did they really? Wow. Huh. They got up to 57, really? Wow. Maybe my group took profits because they had the same positions. Whoa. Yeah, now we're rallying. Okay. Yeah, we're rallying now. Those put credit spreads will expire. Worthless, most likely. Not most likely, yeah. Because those are down here. 54.20, 50, 5400. What else can we do today? Can we do call credit spreads now? Leg into call credit spreads, make an iron condor. How about that? We can do that. What can we do that to? 5,500? It's not going to be any money. I know I'm talking to myself, but I do that. April 28th. 55.50. Not worth it. 30 cents. Not good. Not good. Honestly. Yeah. Now we're rallying. Okay. So we rallied 20 handles from the low. Those put credit spreads will go to 0. Let's see where we are on the long side. Okay, let's sell that and buy the 270 I'm in. They probably got up to 4.5 probably. Sell those. No, not April 28th. May 2nd. May 2nd. 54.50, 54.40. Sell this. Buy this. They're at 350. I'll bet you they got up to 4 and change. All right. Should we put a gift order? Yeah, we should put a gift order in case we get a little sell-off going. Let's put a gift order at 425. We'll do that 425 for those for today. And let's see where the other ones are at. 5,400, 53.80. Wow, those went up to 40. Man, I missed it. These live streams are costing me money. 5,400. They're 5. We're in it at 425. Let's go 575. A couple $1,000 profit from Friday to today. I'll bet you they were there already. I have 10 of those. 575. Okay. If we do get a little sell-off, we'll be done. And the ones we did at $1. What do we do there? 50, 5400, 50, 420, 5400. There we go. Those are 25 cents. Yeah, not worth it. Well, we'll give it some time. Maybe with an hour to go, if there's still 30 cents, I'll put some more on. Okay. And yeah, the chat group probably did get out. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they did. Okay. Okay. Let's see who wants to come on. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Nobody wants to come on, huh? Okay. Let's see. On X, Quantata provides SPY MVC at 5:45 today. It is on SPY. There is no MVC on SPX. SPY, SPX are the same thing. One is the 10% of the SPX ETF, right? One is the ETF of SPX. SPY is pretty close. Sergio, yes, Doug. I have an open order to close SPS trigger. That's too high. I don't think it's going to get there. Yeah, because the legs being apart means nothing because there's a spread. 790 is probably high. That was Friday's high. Them being 850 apart doesn't matter. Look at the spread, right? You're probably very close. So when that happens, learn how to change your price. 790 was the high on Friday. Today's high, if the market tanked or retested Friday's low, is not going to be the same because we, from Friday had two extra days. So imagine the time decay, and then today is you're losing another day, and implied volatility is less. So a proper sale probably would have been today probably 690, 680, because every day, the lower we go, unless we really tank, those are not going to go up that much because you're way out of the money. So let's take a look at that, though. That's a dilemma. Let's take a look at that. You guys need to, that's why I'm telling you guys, instead of trading actual money, paper trade, so you understand the nuances of all this. Okay. Let's take a look at the chain. Okay. May 2nd. Yeah, you're talking about the 5400, 5380s, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at it at the moment. 2860, 2880. They're about 20 wide. Not too bad, actually. And then the other ones are 30 wide, sometimes 40 wide. You missed it by a hair, I would say, somewhere in that range. I see the highs. Okay, so I see the highs for both. So let's take that. Let's take the highs for both. 40.35 and 33.90. So what is that? 40.35. Because when one's hitting the high, the other one's hitting the high as well. 40.35 and 33.90 minus 33.90. 645. See, you would have at most you would have probably gotten it at 645 to 680. That's why I kind of guessed should be about 680, 690. You may have gotten it at 645, 645 to 680 range. That's why 790 didn't get triggered. You watching the spread, individual legs, I don't think makes that much of a difference, honestly. That's why you didn't get it off. Still profitable, but we're rallying now. Well, we're rallying into resistance now. So maybe time to put some call credit spreads on. Yeah. Or get out on the pullback. Make some money. I mean, yeah. That's why you guys need to watch these, paper trade them, learn them. So 40, 30, and then the other one that I did got up to 730. That I would have definitely gotten off about $6 probably. So I probably shouldn't have canceled those orders. It's okay. Did the put credit spread? Yeah, we got a little sell-off here, back to 54.80 range. We'll see where they are. Okay. Anybody want to come on? No? No. Okay. Nobody? You guys all being shy? Okay. All right. I'll just keep it going. Let's see. Let's see what we do. There's nothing to do. Just gonna wait for the put credit spread to expire. Maybe I'll do a call credit spread now, but don't be bored, Serge. No need to get bored. No need to get bored. Okay. These are maze. Let's look at today's. We have 2 hours to go. What do we do? What do we do? We sell some call credit spreads now. The put credit spreads are down to 10 cents. Do I cover it? Do I let them expire worthless? What do you guys think? If they're a nickel, I'll cover it. Let's see. 15 cents. Why am I even thinking of covering? No point. I'll put them on at $1. So it sucked 85% of the blood out of that one. Whereas 54.89, 54.90, where can we get to? Let's see. Yeah, we're rallying, so we can get to 54.95. Okay. Well, I think this is a safe area right here. If we can do it. 5,500. Mm-hmm. 55.20 would be a safe area. Let's see where they are. 55.20. Let's do 5 of those. 55.20, 55.30. $55.25. Yeah, 55.25, 55.40. Yeah, we're rallying, all right. Yeah, that's too close, man. We're gonna be there in a blink. Yeah, we're rallying. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Are we gonna go all the way back up there? Probably not. 55.20. 55.25. 55.25, 55.40 looks good to me. Let's do that. 55.25. Sell that. 55.25, 55.40. 95-cent credit. Let's do it for $1. Let's do it. All right, so we did those. So now we got an iron condor going. So we managed the call side. Okay, so on any pullback, we close these out with maybe 25 to 30%. 55, what do we do? 55, yeah. Yeah, okay. Now we wait. Now we wait. That's all we gotta do. Yep. Now we wait. Not much else to do. Watch paint dry and then have them expire worthless. That's all I can do. What's on our scanner today? Let's see. Only 4 stocks. Pony AI, that's been there forever. Wolf Speed, one of the old names. Oldie but goodie. WOLFPONY. Pony AI has been going crazy. PONY. Look at that go. That's the 2-minute chart. Why did we miss? Why didn't we try that one today? Huh. Wolf Speed. I remember that one. That's trash. Pony AI looks good. Nope. Oh, come on. Something is wrong. My fingers. Pony. Look at that move, man. That thing was, what was that thing? $4 a couple of days ago? Yeah. Look at some of the high flyers. Rigetti. Rigetti is hanging in there. I mean, the more sideways it goes without breaking under the 200 EMA. I mean, you know, those old quantum computing names, right? Rigetti was one. What was the other one? There were a lot. IONC was another one. ARQQ was another one. I remember those symbols. ARQQ. Yeah, Arcade Quantum. Yeah, all these names, they're just high flyers. They died. And then now may have a second coming back. We may have to pay attention to those. There was a few other ones. Yeah. All right. Okay. We wait. We wait for them to expire. Yeah. We get a little pullback. We'll buy those calls back, hopefully, with 50% and close the puts back and then say goodbye to you all. Yeah. Man, look at that SPX situation. It's all wrapped up like a mummy. Still overall up 1,400 on the position. Of course, it would have been a lot more, but it's okay. 0 DTEs. One side is down to 20 cents. I'm not closing that. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. 1 DTE, 1 side is down to 20 cents. And the other side that we put on at $1, still right about $1. I'm about 80 cents now. Yeah, let's see where they end up. See, this is the problem when you sell put credit spread, call credit spreads. You just, volatility is not taking them to zero immediately, obviously. You just, it's like, 10 bottles of beer on the wall, 10 bottles of beer. If one happened to fall, 9 bottles of beer on the wall. you just kind of watch these things. There's one tweet, that thing go to max loss, and then you rip your face off. So you just got to really watch them. When you have those on, you got to watch them. And you got to close them when you have decent profits on those. That's what you have to do. You can't just be a pig. Because if you let everything expire worthless or wait for it to expire worthless, accidents may happen. See, I put those call credit spreads on at $1 5 minutes ago. They're still $1, right? They're not going to die for at least another hour or so. But, yeah. So that's where we are on the 2-minute chart. And, yeah, we should, resistance here. We should get a little pullback here. Because I'm up here. So now you guys understand what I did, right? Okay, so I have the put credit spreads at 5420, 5400, which is all the way down here. I have the call credit spreads at 5425, 5525, 5540. And so, and SPX is 5495. So a little above halfway. And they expire at the end of the day. So we'll see. We'll see where we are. We just need to be patiently waiting. Anyway, let's see if anyone will come on. If not, I'm going to say goodbye. Nobody wants to come on. Soxel is down a lot today. Yeah, it was down a lot more. It's not down as much as it was before. Yeah, we're going to go back into that, but you got to wait. I mean, one day's move. You guys are like watching these things real too closely, man. You can't watch it that close. Where would it be a proper? Okay, it moved from 7.5 to 12.5, 13. Where would it be proper? 10, right? It gets down to 10. You sell 10 puts, buy 15 calls or 13 calls or whatever. Do it that way. We can't trade every day. I mean, I'm not going to trade every day because something is down or something is up. I'm going to wait for my price. But anyhow, that's where we are. All right. Nobody wants to come on. You guys are all shy. I'm going to say goodbye, go get a cup of coffee, and then let's see how the day ends. Hopefully some of your members took the profits. Hopefully. If you didn't, let me know. I'll know anyway. There were profits on those. There definitely were profits on those. What else are we doing? It doesn't look like it. All right. So what was it? What was it? Okay, I'll send okay. Yeah, email me. I'll email you in the chat group link, and then all these questions have been answered like multiple times. But if you do go to some of the videos, some of the chat, you'll read it, go through the Telegram chat, all the explanations are there. Is it safe? There is no trades that is safe. You do the best you can, you manage gains and losses. That's all you can do. Are you adding to your SPX debit spreads? No, I'm not adding to my SPX debit spreads. No. I should have taken profits. I didn't do that either. So I'm just sitting on my hands at the moment. Those expire Friday. We don't want to gamble too much. All right, folks. I will see you guys. I will see the members on Wednesday. No, actually, I did the members call yesterday because I have an engagement on Wednesday. I'll see you, the rest of you, Power Hour on Friday. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you want to become a member, please email me, Sergio@sergioavedian.com. I will shoot you the Telegram chat group link. And that's it. That's it for today. You know, be safe, stay healthy, trade what's in front of you. Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trade. The price is right. Don't question the price. Don't create personal biases. Oh, last but not least, Vamos Barca beat Real Madrid and won Copa del Rey. Life is good. Weekend was good. It was a wonderful game. So that's it. That's where we are. Thumbs up. Please put a thumbs up. Please share. Please subscribe. Do whatever you guys want to do. More importantly, learn. See you guys on Friday.